Here we go again. Nintendo is releasing Donkey Kong Country Returns for the third time. One would think in the decade since the release of the last new game in the series, Tropical Freeze, Nintendo would have done something besides sit on their laurels. Of course, then they wouldn't be Nintendo. Get ready for a bunch of up-resed recent classics for Switch 2. I love Nintendo, but I have no disillusions about their business practices. Thankfully, a brilliant little studio from Cyprus called Vea Games has been hard at work on a truly magnificent love letter to the original, iconic Donkey Kong Country trilogy that were some of the best games the 90s had to offer. Nikoderiko, The Magical World, is astonishingly reminiscent of those games in both form and function. It's a nostalgia trip through pre-Y2K style with an incredible modern coat of paint. There's even occasional shifts in perspective that echo Crash Bandicoot. But don't confuse Nikoderiko and his companion Luna for bandicoots. These two are mongooses, and as one might guess, they find themselves up against an evil crew of cobras. The snakes that for some reason have arms and legs and know that apparently doesn't make them lizards, these snakes have stolen Nico's treasure and he's no chump. He's getting back his booty. This game takes place on one island, separated into 7 areas. Each area has a handful of levels capped off with a boss fight. Controlling Nico and navigating levels feels just as good as the games this is based on. There's a floaty quality to jumping, but it doesn't lack in precision. Enemies are dispatched in a number of ways, whether it be jumping, sliding, or throwing. Secrets and health pickups are plentiful. But if I have any criticism, it's that it doesn't seem any of the collectibles really have any gameplay relevance. After a while, I stopped caring about collecting everything. There's a store in the game, but it's mostly used for unlocking a library of character models. If I'm being honest, I'd rather stack my money than waste it on that. That said, the store does possess one feature that is undoubtedly worthwhile. The player can purchase animal coins. Much like the Donkey Kong games, Nico can ride other animals to aid in navigation and combat. However, in those games you were given these mountable animals at specific moments. In this game, the player can purchase these animal coins and use them at any time in-game to get an edge. It's a really cool improvement on the formula that I can't tell you how much I appreciate. Another change to the Donkey Kong Country formula is true co-op. I'm not sure if all of you in your 30s and older remember the original games clearly, but those games had a very old-school, arcade-style notion of co-op. Even with 2 controllers plugged in, only one person was ever in control of the team at any given time. Not here. In co-op play, Nico and Luna control separately and simultaneously to create something that feels like what these games should have been all along. Last, but certainly not least, the music. Older fans will no doubt recognize the stylings of the great David Wise. His work on the original Country trilogy has been lauded as some of the greatest game music in the history of the medium, and remarkably, he hasn't changed in all these years. Jungly beats and soothing synths in equal measure make this the warm, friendly experience it was meant to be. It doesn't quite have the finesse the Nintendo games do, with the music changing as the player goes in and out of water, but this is an indie game, though that may be easy to forget while playing or watching. Nikoderiko is an incredible title that honors the past while still working to improve the future. I really hope this game sells well enough for us to get a sequel. Regardless, Vea Games is now on my radar. This little team has gone head-to-head with Nintendo and come out on top. Thanks for watching. Please like this video, and if you're not already subscribed to Hekaton, do so. I'm just one guy and this is a hobby, but I'd like to do it full-time. Every little thing you do on my channel helps me, so any engagement I truly appreciate. I hope you all have a great 2025. Expect to see a lot more here on this channel over the next year. See you next time.